Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another session of Create and Connect. This is session number 8. I can't believe how fast the last few days have gone by. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope that you have too. So thanks for coming on. Come on in. My name is Miss Tracy of Miss Tracy Creates, and this is Create and Connect Premiere Week. We do this a couple of times a year where I go live a couple times a day. I've been doing it since Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, now Saturday today, with a session in the morning and a session in the evening, giving you kind of an introduction and a look behind the curtain, behind the closed doors of some of my membership groups and creative clubs. And so tonight we're going to be paper crafting. We're going to do some paper crafting, and also I'm going to be doing a scrapbooking layout. I'm going to show you how to make some really cute paper bows. So fun. And we're going to have a good time hanging out together. So you're going to be my guest tonight in what we call, let me put it up here right quick, the Paper Crafters ClubHouse. Now, this is something new. Okay, this is something new, and I'm really excited to talk with you about it more tonight. I know several of you have already signed up for it, and I just want to say thank you, because we are going to have so much fun together, and I can't wait to get to know you better over in the Paper Crafters ClubHouse. So this particular group is for anybody that has a passion for paper. Maybe you're a card maker. Maybe you're a scrapbooker. Maybe you love to do any kind of mixed media type projects with paper. Maybe you love to do things for the holidays with paper, or treat packaging for holidays, or anything like that. Anything to do with paper. The Paper Crafters ClubHouse is a place for you. Okay, the Paper Crafters ClubHouse is a place for you. And our little tagline is where your paper passion finds its purpose. We realize that there are so many people out there that have so much paper, right? We love paper. If you're a paper person, you love paper. And I want to encourage you to not just be a collector of paper, but to actually use it. Okay, let's find where we can plug in your paper passion and give it a purpose. Okay, yes, let's do it. You guys ready to do it? Yes, let's do it. So I am going to be giving away a special gift to a live person tonight that's watching. So I'm going to go ahead and start my little giveaway tool here. And it's going to just collect comments. So I'll tell you when it starts. And then once it's collected a comment from you, it throws you into our little drawing, and it will spit us out a winner when our session is over this evening. So let me make sure that it's collecting. You guys go ahead and comment. I just want to be sure it's coming up correct. Okay, it looks like it is collecting comments right now. All right, this has been fun doing these live giveaways. They're so much fun. Sue Miller, you made about 100 Christmas cards this year. That's amazing. That's a big accomplishment, and that's a lot of paper. That's awesome. So yeah, the Paper Crafters ClubHouse really is for anybody that has a passion for paper. So I want to go ahead, before we kind of get in, as people are coming in to sign on, I want to talk about some changes that we have made. Originally, this group, or this club, sorry, I got an itchy nose. Okay. All right. I thought I was going to sneeze. I guess it's not going to happen. But if it does happen, you'll already know that it's coming. Okay. The Paper Crafters ClubHouse originally started out as the Page Builders ClubHouse, and it was all about scrapbooking and memory keeping. And then we've realized through the last couple of years, we have had such a huge request and outpouring of people that do other kinds of things with paper. Card makers, they wanted a workshop, they wanted classes. People that wanted to do decor projects with paper, or folding projects with paper, or just a fill in the blank, right, with paper. And so we decided that it was time to kind of like broaden our circle. And instead of just being about one type of paper purpose, we're we're going to be about multiple types of paper purpose, okay? And this is why we've updated our name now to the Paper Crafters ClubHouse, okay? The Paper Crafters ClubHouse. So let me tell you kind of what's happening in this group, and then I'm going to tell you what we're actually doing tonight, because you guys are all going to be guests in the clubhouse tonight. Okay, so going forward in February, this all starts in February, which is tomorrow. February 1st is tomorrow. I can't believe it's already time for that January. So I feel like January has been a long month, but also a fast month at the same time. I don't know. It feels kind of strange to me. So in the Paper Crafters ClubHouse, this is what we're going to be doing. You're going to enjoy 3 workshops a month. Every so often, we'll have like 5 weeks in a month, so we might throw in an extra bonus workshop, something like that. But most months, there will be 3 workshops. And we decided to kind of split it up in this way. So one week will be a scrapbooking workshop. That's for those of you, if you're like me, who love to scrapbook, who love to preserve our photos and our stories, our memories. And if you are interested in scrapbooking, there is a scrapbooking workshop once a month. You're going to make 2 unique layouts each month. They will have a special page builder guide. Sometimes I create design printables for them. It just kind of depends on what we're doing and what techniques I'm teaching in that workshop that particular month. And it's all geared at using your own stash. This whole clubhouse, it's about using your own stash, because most paper people, not all, but most, are sitting on tons and tons and tons of paper, and they need to start using it. And we're going to help you get inspired and start using your stash and using your scraps too. So one of our workshops will be scrapbooking. The second workshop that will happen every month is going to be a card making workshop. And I'm really excited about this one because there's a lot of things we can do to utilize even some of the scraps, our paper scraps, and utilize them in creative ways for our card making. I love to do all different kinds of things. So it might be something, from a fun paper fold kind of thing, or maybe learning how to make a certain kind of paper flower, all those kinds of things. We're going to have a really good time in really all of the workshops we're going to have. And then the third workshop is maybe, I don't know if it will, I'm hoping it will quickly become one of your favorite workshops, okay? The third workshop is going to be basically a specialty paper crafting workshop. It really is just a fill in the blank. It's going to change every month. It's going to change, okay? So one month we might be doing a cool paper folded project. Maybe we want to do something with our paper on canvas. Maybe we want to do a cute folio type project. Maybe we want to, a cute folio project is kind of like working like a mini book or something like that. Maybe we need, certain holidays coming up and we want to give you some great ideas for treat packaging or something like that, okay? Seasonal things. So I'm really excited about it because that workshop then will change every single month. And here's my hope for the Paper Crafters ClubHouse and all the paper people in it. What I want you to do is I want you to realize that you can learn from the first workshop, the second workshop, the third workshop, and that all the techniques that we're teaching can be crossed over into whatever your paper passion is. You're watching a card making workshop, but you're a scrapbooker. Well, you might learn a new cool paper technique that then you could apply to a scrapbook page. Or maybe you take that card front and you turn it into a little journaling pocket on a page, right? Like I want to show you how all these techniques can cross over into all different types of paper niches or genres or themes, whatever you want to call it, paper purposes. So it's really going to be a great place for anybody that is just really loves crafting with paper. Okay. In whatever way that you do it, it's going to be a great place for that. The other thing I want to tell you is that our payment processing is changing for the Paper Crafters ClubHouse. It normally has been the 3rd of the month. This month, it is moving to the 17th of the month. Okay. So it's 2 weeks later than normal. So currently members that are out there watching right now, don't panic if your payment doesn't go through on the 3rd, because it's not. We're not running them until the 17th. So for Paper Crafters ClubHouse, also the Faith Journaling Group, those two particular memberships, they're going to process on the 17th. We want you guys to come in and try things out. We want you to come in, try things out. We're going to go ahead and let you in the group as soon as you sign up. Okay. And you can sign up today. Your first payment will not run until the 17th. It's $25 to be a Paper Crafters ClubHouse member. And that includes a lot of really, really great perks. One of which is you're going to have access to our private Facebook group. But if that's not really your thing, and we have some people watching over on YouTube right now, I want you to know that we have a club hub set up for the Paper Crafters ClubHouse. And it is basically like an online classroom or a classroom library of sorts, because that is where we're storing everything long-term for you. So you can go back in and check out anything we've done there in the group in the past. And of course, with our new workshops that we're adding, we will start building up content over in the Club Hub for those as well. Okay. So you're going to have access to all of the things, so many things. And then again, we'll have custom design printables, things like that for you. And I think we're gonna really talk a lot about these paper crafting printables, okay? Because I feel like there's so many things that we can do with them. And because we give them to you as a digital download, so you save the download and you print it off. If you want to use them on a layout, you can use them as is. If you want to shrink them down and print them at a smaller size to use on a card or in a folio or on a canvas or however you want to use them, that's what makes them so amazing, because we can send them to you and then you just print them out at whatever size you want them to be for your projects. So we're going to be walking through a lot of that just to get you used to it, know how to do it, all those kinds of things as we get started in February in the Paper Crafters ClubHouse. Okay. So yes, so much fun. And we're going to give you so much inspiration on how to use your paper creatively. Okay. Lots of different techniques, lots of different things and tips and tricks and all the things that we're going to be sharing with you in there. The other thing I want you to know is, because we have 3 workshops scheduled every month, they will be every single month. Okay. We're going to dedicate a certain week of the month for each one of those. So you'll know exactly when we're doing what. I do go live in the Paper Crafters ClubHouse on Mondays. My time will be Mondays at 2 in the afternoon, 2 o'clock Central in the afternoon. Now, I realize some of you may work and that may not work for you, but you have access to watch the replay at any time. So you can watch the replay whenever it fits best with your schedule. Okay. Yes. So it's going to be really, really great. And I'm really excited about it. And right now, tonight, you're going to be a guest in the clubhouse. We're going to be working on something. I'm going to be working on something with my members here tonight. And we're actually wrapping up a series. Okay. We're wrapping up a series. And this particular series was about making the most of a paper collection kit, specifically a Christmas collection kit. So we've been doing a scrapbooking series in there because we just had Christmas and we all took a ton of pictures, right? So we're trying to preserve those memories. Anyway, we basically took a paper kit, and a paper kit usually has like a certain amount of pattern papers in it, usually has a 12 by 12 sticker sheet in it, has these cute, one side of the paper is like these cute little cut apart cards and journal spots. The other side is a pattern, just things like that in case you're not familiar. But we make as many layouts as we can out of it. Tonight is the final layout. It's the final layout, number 6. It is the trickiest one because there's barely anything left. Okay. It's the biggest challenge for me because there's like barely anything left. I'm going to show you. Here's my sticker sheet. Oh, here, let me take this off for a second. Let's remove that. Let's put the table view on here. There we go. So see how like a lot of this has been used. I just have little kind of bits and pieces left. Same thing with my paper. I mean, I have very little bits and pieces of things left. Okay. So I'm going to get extra creative tonight to make use of those last scraps, last bits and pieces, last little cards and stickers to actually create a double layout. And so we're wrapping this series up. This will be the last of it. And then we're starting fresh, all new, our whole new model in all the 3 new workshops. All of that will begin in February. Okay. So I'm also going to show you though, because I feel like I want everybody to walk away with something tonight, even if you're not a scrapbooker. Okay. I want you to walk away with something tonight. I am making the cutest paper bows for papers that are going to appear to be like Christmas gifts on my layout. So if you want to learn how to make these adorable, cute paper bows that you could put on anything, you could use them on any kind of paper craft. Stick with me. I want you to watch, and I'm going to show you how to make those. Okay. So yeah, I think it's going to be really a fun night of paper crafting. So I hope you'll stick with me and watch. And then at the end, I'll do our giveaway. Okay. I'll do our live giveaway. I also just really quickly, let me get myself kind of organized here. I have a layout I'm going to show you. This is the one we did. This is layout number 5. This is layout number 5. Okay, so I thought I'd show you. It says Cookie Baking Crew. These are little cookie cutter frames that you could put pictures into that were part of a design printable. We learned how to, we used a template to create this really cute banner up here. We learned how to actually transfer a title from a template to our little banner. That's where you get the Cookie Baking Crew. Isn't that just the cutest? So really, really cute. We do some really cute layouts and things for our scrapbooking workshops. So if you are someone that wants to be a memory keeper, maybe you were a long time ago and you're ready to do it again. Maybe you got overwhelmed and you kind of went away from it. We make it simple and fun again. Okay. That is our job. That is my job here as bringing, kind of facilitating the Paper Crafters ClubHouse for you. When it comes to scrapbooking, I want it to be fun and simple and joyful again, not overwhelming. Okay, not overwhelming at all. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. And then I'm going to show you also how to make the cute paper bows. If you can cut a square out of paper, you can make a cute paper bow. And I'm excited to show you that. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to mention is tomorrow night. Okay. Just real quick. I know I sound like a broken record because I've said this so many times over the past 4 days. Tomorrow night is 7 o'clock Central. There won't be a morning session, just the evening session. We're going to wrap up Create and Connect. I'm going to do some live reveals. I'll be talking about what's happening in the groups in February. But one of the biggest things we're going to do is we're going to announce 3 grand prize winners. If you have not registered yet for this event, please go do it. Go do it, because we're actually pulling, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything, but we are pulling everybody that registers for the event. Their names are automatically going into the grand prize drawing, and we're pulling our names from that list. And those 3 lucky people are going to win 6 months free in the membership group or the creative club of their choice. Okay, so it's a really exciting time. I'm just super excited about it. And I want to make sure you all have a chance to win, because it could very well be that tomorrow night I call your name. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be awesome? right? If I actually said your name and it could happen, but it won't happen if you're not on that list. Okay. So make sure you get on that list. I have team members over in the chat and the comments. So they'll post a link for you. Make sure you get on that list. Okay. Yes. You all want a chance to win, right? Yes, of course you do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch up my screen, and you are now going to become a guest in the clubhouse. Okay, you're going to become a guest in the clubhouse. My members are here. I'm so glad that you're here. If you are over in the comments tonight, if you want to post just one of your favorite things about what we do, and we're working on tonight is the last layout of our Making the Most of a Collection Kit series. It is number 6. It is by far the one I have to kind of stretch myself on the most creatively. And I'm really excited with the things I have to show you. Okay. All right. You guys ready? Yes. Let's do it. All right. I'm going to make my screen here. And I've got like paper kind of stacked everywhere. Okay. So as you can see right now, I have just a 12 by 12 piece of blank cardstock. It's just kind of a pale pink color. I'm at the very end of all of my things. Okay. I'm at the very, very end. I have a few of these little squares left. I have a few little cards and things left. Very little, and also very little cardstock left. I think I told y'all I pulled kind of a set amount for myself because I like to kind of push myself creatively and really get as many layouts as I can out of one collection kit. Okay, so we're going to start tonight by doing some paper tearing. And so I'm going to show you. I actually already tore my pieces, but I'm going to tear them again so that you can see what this is going to look like. Now, you just need a sheet of green paper because this is going to be for a tree. Okay, it's going to be for a tree. And I'll show you, obviously, you can kind of see here that I already tore one side of this off. That's what I'm making my tree from. But I'm going to go ahead and tear it on this other side so that you know exactly how to do this. Okay, so try not to look at this part. Just focus on this part. So what I want you to do in whatever color of green that coordinates with your papers is what you can use. And it could be even pattern paper if you want it to be. I'm just using cardstock because I'm out of pattern paper, right? It's layout number 6 and I'm out. I'm out of paper. So here we go. I'm going to start by just kind of starting right up here at the top. And I'm going to just kind of basically just tear myself a triangle. It looks kind of like what did they call that? A right triangle, right? See the straight lines. And then we have this part. Okay. This is where we're going to start. That's tear number 1. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to tear little sections of my tree. Look, so this tree is going to be living kind of half on, half off the paper here. So, and I'm going to have 4 sections to my tree. And just let them be, just kind of random sections here. Here's my final section, but I don't want any straight lines down here. So I'm going to go ahead and tear some off the bottom. Okay, so you can see that, right? Just by tearing, we can do some really fun things when we tear. You're also going to need a little tree trunk. So for your little tree trunk, whatever brown color or tan color, whatever color you want to use, I just used a little scrap piece and I tore off a couple of sides. Okay, I don't have to tear all 4 sides because some of it's going to come off of my page. Okay, so just enough for a little tree trunk. All right, so I can show you these are the ones that I tore earlier because I had to try it, right? Like I don't ever show you something I haven't tried to see if I'm going to like or not like. Okay, that is important. So now you saw how I did this. Now we're going to go ahead and start actually building our tree. All right, you guys ready? Yes, it's going to be a Christmas tree. That's right. Okay, so I have my pieces here. So you basically just need that kind of right angle triangle and then just the torn diagonal edge, and then you're just tearing it into 4 pieces. So the first piece I'm going to put down, you guys, is going to be the trunk. Okay, the trunk of the tree. And yes, I'm having to get creative. I'm having to kind of create a fun background for this particular page because I am out of patterned paper from my collection kit. And I don't want to cheat. I could, because I have tons of paper, right? Like I could go find myself, you know, something else in my stash to use. But that wasn't the assignment for me, right? It was to make the most out of my collection kit. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to the biggest section of my tree. And again, just gonna kind of put some glue. For those of you that are guests with us tonight, yes, I scrapbook with Scotch tacky glue. I don't use tape runners anymore, ever. I just don't use those anymore. And because I just have found that they don't hold up. They don't hold up for me. I'll go back to put, you know, pictures on a layout and I find pieces are falling off, and it just got to be very, very annoying. So after a while, the tape runner stuff just dries up. And honestly, I'm not very good. I know some people are really good about the second their layout is made, they get their pictures on, they put it in like a page protector to go into an album. I'm not always good about that. I design more than you know, I have a lot. Let's just say this. I have a lot of layouts that need pictures put on them. So the more that they're in the air, the oxygen, it kind of dries out some of the tape runners and things. Okay. So I like this. All right. So here we go. I'm going to add my next little section on. Now, what I'm going to do every time is I'm going to kind of layer these on top of each other. So I'm not like trying to make a puzzle piece go together. I'm actually layering them on top of each other. And don't worry about what it looks like over here. We'll trim all that up. Okay, so I'm overlapping them. I think you can see that okay here. And then we'll clean it all up on the side here in a moment. So now I have this piece. So again, and if I feel like if I want to bring this side in, and I have a little piece here that's kind of poking up, well, I'm just going to tear it, right? I'm just going to tear it off. So if you need to do that, definitely do it. Here's another section of my tree. Just a fun torn paper tree. There's lots of ways that we can make trees from paper. But I thought it was fun tonight to just do something easy. All right, so again, I'm going to tear just another little edge off here. See if that was enough. Yeah, I like that right there. And then my tree is kind of lined up on this edge. All right, look at that. It's half of a Christmas tree. It's a pretty big size tree too, huh? But I'm doing it because, again, this is the end of our series. I have hardly any paper left, mostly cardstock left. I don't have any big pieces of patterned paper. So I'm getting creative with my cardstock. Normally, you guys know how much I love patterned paper. Normally, I would have all kinds of pattern stuff going on. But today, we got to challenge ourselves creatively in a different way. Okay. All right. So now we have our tree down, and I think it just looks really cute. Lots of texture to the layers with all the tears. And so let's go ahead now, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to utilize, let me grab my pieces here. I'm utilizing what I have left, okay? So some of what I have left are like the little cut apart cards like this. I thought 25 might be cute to use on this one. Okay, I'll put those over here. But really, all I have left are a few of these little cards, but I'm not gonna always use the card. I'm gonna use the reverse side. And it's very random. These are all papers. I have some cardstock here as well. but these are all just kind of random papers that are reverse sides of cards. Okay, the little cut apart cards, because there's so many of them, you can't possibly use them all, or I can't possibly use them all. So I'm gonna start kind of playing here, and I'm gonna turn these into presents. Okay, I'm gonna turn these into presents, and then my pictures can go right inside of each present, and I think it's gonna be really, really cute. Okay, I think it's gonna be really, really cute. So I'm gonna layer these down kind of in a fun way, and you can see how it's okay, like if I it's okay to kind of overlap the tree some. It's kind of part of our background. Okay, and because I don't have hardly any patterned paper left, I'm having to use these as photo mats instead of bigger pieces of paper. So I've cut my my little place for my photo. I've cut these down a little smaller than you might ordinarily see them. Okay. So again, these are all going to become presents, but then I'm going to feature photos inside of each of the presents. Okay. So this is a way when you have barely any paper left to kind of pull them together. And I think it's going to actually be really cute. And as I mentioned, I'm going to show you how to make paper bows. And these paper bows can be more dimensional, but the way that we're going to make them tonight, they're going to be great for our scrapbook layout. Oops, I got a little gloober in here. Let me clean this up. Come on. I can feel you. Let's see if I can get it without it just pushing back down inside. There we go. All right. Okay, so in all of the measurements for these, for the layout that I'm doing tonight, just so that our guests know, they are all provided for you the next day. We do what we call a page builder's guide. It will have full finished pictures on it. Also some up close pictures of the details, all those kinds of things. And we'll have that available after the layout is made and all the little, the fun little extras and things are put on it. And then that way you have that guide to go by to create, to recreate this layout from your own stash of papers. So what else could we use this torn paper tree for? What if we weren't scrapbooking Christmas? Like, what else could we use this torn paper tree for? Could be great for the mountains, hiking, maybe the lake, right? Nature outside. And it could even be like rounded portions of a tree instead of making it look like a Christmas tree. So we could do that too. So I have all of these are going to become presents. Okay, they're going to become presents. Now, I'm not going to actually put these down yet because I want to show you how I'm making the paper bows. Okay, yeah, a park day. It could be anything outdoors, right? Yes, it could be a torn paper heart. Exactly. Think about just generic shapes that are easy to make. A torn paper sun, right? Like it could be, yeah, a picnic. I love that. Yeah, it could be so cute. And then those of you, I saw Laura Lee said on a card, yes, you could do something torn like this even on a card just with your scraps. Okay, so let's make a bow because the bows are what's really going to make this layout, okay, and some other things we're going to do on this side. So I'm going to start us off with a red bow, okay? I'm going to start us with the red bow. So to make our bows, okay, yeah, you could use fall papers for a fall tree, fall colors. That's a great idea. You guys are good at this. Lots of good ideas out there. Okay, so to make these paper bows, we need a square. And the square can be any size. The larger the square, the larger the bow. Okay. So let's say that again. The larger the square, the larger the bow. Okay. So I've cut myself a few different sizes of squares. And again, because I'm very light on pattern paper, I'm just doing mine out of cardstock. Okay. Doing mine out of cardstock tonight. So let's see. I think I'll start. I'll just go. I'm gonna make a bow out of all these. So this will be fine. I'm gonna start with this one, and I'm gonna slide my page out of the way for a second so that we can do this. Now we're gonna need to do some folding. We're gonna need to do some cutting. So if you have some scissors close by, and if you have just a scrap piece of paper, and you happen to be able to get to it easily, cut yourself a square. It could be a 4x4, 5x5. It could be a 4.5 by 4.5. It could be really any size as long as it's a square, and a square is equal on all sides. I'm also going to be using a little bit of hot glue. Okay, a little bit of hot glue tonight. All right, so you guys ready? Oh, they're so cute, and they're really actually very, very fun to make. Okay. Oh, I've torn the edges of my photos before too, Brenda. Yeah, that is really fun. It's a really fun look. I love the white core of the paper showing on the edges. Really fun. We also could ink the edges of anything torn. That's a fun thing to do as well. Okay, so for bows, you're going to take your square and you're going to arrange it here where it's like a diamond. Okay, not like this. We're going to turn it like this. Okay, and we're going to do what I call the taco fold. All right, so the taco fold, and like I said, these could be out of pattern paper as well, but I have cardstock that I'm using for mine tonight. So we're going to do the first fold, which is a taco fold, and then we're going to open it back up, and we're going to turn it the opposite way, still in a diamond. And we're going to fold, make the taco fold again. And this is going to basically give us like an X. Right? If you're looking at it like a square, you kind of see the X. If you're looking at it like a diamond, you see the plus sign. Okay? Very, very easy. Very, very easy to do. Now then, we're going to cut away one triangle. Okay, so just take your scissors. We're going to cut away one triangle here. Okay, and just that can just be a scrap. We'll just put it to the side. So now we have something that looks kind of like a funky banner flag or a tooth. Right? It looks just like this. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut on this fold, but we're not going to cut all the way up. We're going to get to where we're about, I'm going to say 1/2 inch from the middle. If you cut all the way through, then it will cut everything apart. So about 1/2 inch from the middle. So about to right there. Okay, can you see that? Everybody see that part okay? Let me get mine even. There we go. Okay. Now then, this part down here. Now I'm just, and this part is going to be the tails of the bow. So it just kind of depends on like how thick you want them to be. I'm just going to cut them because more than likely when I put these on my layout, I'm going to wind up trimming them again anyway. So we're just cutting out kind of a triangle between. Cut mine all the way. There we go. So we're just kind of cutting out, and this is going to be the tails of our bow right here. Okay. 1/2 inch no matter what from where the fold lines intersect. Okay, Kathy, that was a good question. Okay. Next up, and I like to do this independently. You could fold the papers over, but I'm going to do mine independently. I think it just makes for a cuter bow. All right, you guys ready? Okay, so this is my whole triangle, and this is my whole triangle. Let me get my hands underneath it like this because I don't want to accidentally cut that tail. I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to kind of go inward, almost like a scoop. almost like a smiley face, actually. You see this? Looks kind of like a smile, right? We're going to kind of scoop out this part. Okay, just kind of scoop out. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. You could use your scooped out piece as a template, but I kind of like it when they're a little bit more organic. They don't have to look exactly the same. Okay, and I'm going to scoop out another piece. So now I have something that looks kind of like a butterfly almost. I have the two, these will be the two tails, and then we have this kind of butterfly wing effect. Okay, all right. Now it's time to actually make the bow. Okay, it's super easy, super easy, super simple. Got my hot glue here. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to bring in this bottom piece right here. I'm going to put a little drop of hot glue in the center. I'm going to bring this tip up to the center, and I have enough glue here, I think, to do both of these at the same time. So I'm just putting that tip right into the hot glue. If you need to use like a popsicle stick or something to hold it down, you can. So can you see that? There's my glue blob. So I'm just doing both of those. Now, these bows can become very dimensional. It just depends on, you know, what you're using them for, because mine are going to be on a layout. I'm going to give them a little bit of a smush. I'm going to put another bit of hot glue on here. And now I'm going to bring in the other points. All right, I'm going to have to hold this for just a second. Look how cute that is. Is that not the cutest little bow? It's so easy to do. Now I've got a glue blob going on in here, but I'm going to put something cute in the center. Isn't that cute? Like, these would be so cute on gift bags, or like I said, you can do them in any size. You just have to have a square for them to look proportionate, you know, proportional. You have to have a square. Isn't that cute? And then on my layout, if I need to, I'll just cut the tails a little smaller, but it's so, so easy to do. And now I can come in and embellish with maybe a button, maybe a snowflake. We need something in the center. So I'm going to use this cute little green and white striped button. They're so fun and easy, right? Super cute, super easy. I mean, this would have been great if we'd all known this before, you know, before Christmas, right? We could have done some really, really cute things. So here is our bow. I've got my fun little button in there. Now I'm going to show that to you kind of from the side. Do you see how it's dimensional? You can see how it's dimensional, but it's not so dimensional that I can't fit it on my layout underneath my page protector. So I'm going to just give it a little gentle press. I'm not smashing it. I'm not like, you know, smashing it on the table. I'm just giving it a little gentle press because I need it to be just a little bit less dimensional for my layout, but it still looks very dimensional. Isn't that just the cutest? Yes. So yeah, it could be, because this is a Christmas layout, it could be a little snowflake, but any kind of something. It does need something in the center. You could even wrap a ribbon maybe around the center. I like that. I really love buttons, so I think it's really cute with the buttons inside. So I have another one here that is already cut. Just wanted to show you. This is a smaller one. This one was originally 3.5 by 3.5. This one, you guys, was 5 by 5. Okay, so that kind of gives you an idea of this, of how it turns out. This was a 5 by 5. This is a 3.5 by 3.5. You can see all my cuts are already made. So let's go ahead and see how this one's going to look, just so you can see how they look when they're smaller. I'm going to grab a little popsicle stick here. So I like putting the bottom one into the glue first. I like doing that first. Let me just hold this with my popsicle stick. It's those little bitty tips. So I'm going to hold that down. So I like putting the bottom ones in first. I don't know that it really matters. I just think it looks, I don't know, I guess just for whatever reason, that's what I started doing. These could be really cute out of patterned paper too. Okay. Think about it for birthdays, birthday cards. I mean, I just think you could use them for so many things, right? Cute little bows. And bows are so trendy right now. Everything is seasonal has bows on it. Like bows are just such a huge trendy thing. So now we're gonna be trendy with them with our paper. Yeah, the size comparison I think is really going to help you. So again, I'm just going to hold this down for a second, and I can give it just a little gentle press since these are going on a layout. Look at the little white bow. So here is your perspective: 5 inches, 5 by 5, 3.5 by 3.5. Let's put a cute little red button in here. I'll do this one right here. Oh no, I just dropped it. Darn. Okay, I'll do a different red button. Here we go. And I like making them with hot glue because it just grabs instantly, right? Grabs instantly. You could add stickles to these. You could ink the edges of the paper. But yeah, right, Patty? They are so on trend. Bows are everywhere right now. Look how cute that is. Isn't that cute? Now, do you see how this one, I had cut the tails more thin? I don't even have to have them. Like, it just depends on how you want to utilize yours, right? Just really, really cute. Okay, so let's go back to our layout now that I've shown you a couple. And let's see how these are going to look. And I'm kind of spreading these out a little bit on purpose. So like my little white bow could go right there. Now my photo is going to go here. So I may need to, as I mentioned earlier, I may need to trim these down. And I can also trim them in this way. Watch. If I take this little snip off, this little triangle tip off, I can actually cut these with a little flag end. Just cut up a slit up the middle and then the corner to the top of the slit from both corners. So you can give your bow different kinds of tails, thick tails, thin tails, right? Whatever kind of tails you want. And look how cute that is. That is so cute. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and use some hot glue for this. You can use your craft glue too. That is adorable. Now I'm not going to glue down this part because I need to get my photo in there, right? Yes, I'm going to need to get my photo in there. And I just realized I had not glued this down yet. I'm sorry. All right. Let's get our photo down in here. Our little photo mat present. It's going to look like a Christmas present. No, that is so cute. Okay, so now we have this one down. Let's go ahead and get this one on here. So this one could have a bigger bow. That is really cute. And I feel like our one down here needs to have a green bow. So I'm just gonna slide these underneath each other. And let me see, do I have another red? Okay, I do have a smaller red. I think I should do a smaller red one here. I'll save this for page 2. And then I have a bigger green one right here, already kind of cut and ready to go. This was a 5 by 5. So let's go ahead and make this bow right quick. don't come up yet. That's the trickiest part, is getting all the tips down at one time. I'll just hold it with my finger. I'll peel my finger off. There we go. So cute. And this one, I think I'll just leave this one with the slant cut, but I need to cut it shorter because I don't want it to cover up too much of my picture. Right? And now we're all going to be making paper bows like crazy. Think about how cute with like Easter projects coming up. Oh gosh, it'll be so fun. And all of these pieces of paper were, again, cards, right? Cards that I didn't use in my collection kit. Okay. I like putting these just up a little bit above, because again, I don't want the tails coming over too much. And then let's see, another cute little button here. That looks so cute. Now, if you like this one's kind of coming up a little bit, I'm just going to put a little glue behind it. Because again, because this is on a layout, it can't be two dimensional. I may have to kind of just give it a little press so it will still slide under my page protector. Aren't those just the cutest? Okay, let's do the red one. Let's do the red one here. So again, let's go through the folds again. Get a piece of scrap paper and do this with me, and that way you have a little prototype, right? You just need a square. This one I think is, let me just see. This one is a 4x4. So taco fold first. Okay, taco fold first. Yeah, it's really fun in our group because we're all using our own paper stash. It's so fun because you're going to see a layout done. Like you might see me do this layout as, you know, Christmas, but then you might see somebody else do it as birthday. Or, you know, it's really fun because the page builder guide, you can actually recreate the layout however you want to, using the guide with, you know, so I love that because then we can all create with papers that, you know, or themes that we need, right? So I did the 2 taco folds, and you can see our little folds. We just need to get these little folds in. And again, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out one triangle. We're going to remove one triangle here. Okay, just like that. That's the first step. Now I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to cut on the fold line till I get about a 1/2 inch from the center. Okay, so cutting on the fold line till I get about 1/2 inch from the center. And this can be ish. It doesn't have to be exact. We just don't want to cut through the whole thing. Okay, can you see that? About 1/2 inch from the center. Now this is going to become our tails. I'm going to make this one, let's make this one a little wider, because we can always trim it down, right? We can always trim it down. Okay, so there are my tails from my bow. Now we have this kind of these triangles here. So what we're going to do is we're going to scoop them out. Kind of think about like almost like a butterfly wing in a way. I think of it like a smiley face. I'm just cutting out kind of the shape of a smiley face. You can use one side as a template for the other side, or you can just be like me and let it be kind of organic and fun. Now it really does kind of have that a little bit more of that butterfly type look. Okay. All right, and here we go. We're going to glue these down once again. I like the bottom tip coming up to the center. And I'm going to just kind of hold on to that for just a second. And then I'm going to add some more. What happens is when you add the glue on top, the bottom ones kind of want to come up because it melts the glue that was on those. So I'm going to try to do this fairly quickly. Cute. These are just so cute and they're so fun. And this is the kind of thing I want to teach you in the Paper Crafters ClubHouse because, gosh, you could be making all kinds of cute little bows from your scrap cardstock or your scrap pattern papers. We can even make these out of wrapping paper. Like that'd be so cute on a gift bag or something. Music paper, book pages, anything that's paper based, right? Yes, we could do anything like that. Okay, so this one can go up here. And again, I need to cut these a little shorter. Right? Because I don't want it to cover up too much of my photo. And look, I have this little gingerbread guy. I can use this little gingerbread guy on this one. I think it'd be fun to make these with double-sided paper because you'll see the front side on part of the bow and you'll see the back side on the tails and the inside of the bow. So I think it'd be really fun to make these bows with pattern paper. Really, really cute. And I'm going to bring it down right about there. And again, I'm going to give it just kind of a little gentle pressure, a little gentle press because I still want it to look dimensional, but I also want it to fit in my page protector. Aren't those cute? So now we have all these cute little presents in our Christmas tree. Let's go ahead and finish out this page. And like I said, very little cardstock because I had to use the back sides of my things here. So I have a few other things that I could use, right? Like I have these little squares. I think they're kind of fun. I don't, because we already kind of have a lot of this straight edge stuff going on. I think it's kind of fun to turn little pieces like this into more of an embellishment. And you can do that by just kind of bubble cutting around things. And I'm going to use some foam pop dots to pop them up to give them dimension on my page. So most of us opened some presents on the 25th. I'm going to use this one there, and you can see that I just kind of bubble cut. I think that looks really cute. In fact, that would be even cute on a inside a bow. They might have some things that you want to use from your sticker sheet inside of a bow. So I'm going to put on my little pop dot here, a little foam tape, double-sided again. I usually like to add just a couple little dots of glue. I think I'll add this here. That's cute. And then I have this little card here that says the season of joy. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to kind of, again, just kind of bubble cut around these cute little words here. And I also love to do pen work on things like this, just to do some fun little outlining. Sometimes I love to add stickles for sparkle. For my paper crafting things, especially for something that's like Christmas, right? There we go. So now I have this little thing, and I'm thinking this could be cute kind of right up here. And again, I'm going to use my foam tape. And that's just going to give that a nice little boost. So those of you that are members right now, okay, if you're members right now, tell me how you're liking this. I know you have very little paper left, just like me. So it'll be really fun to see all of our versions of this particular layout. And I can't wait to see your paper bows. So again, just want to put a few little dots on here just so it holds up over time. And I'm going to bring this kind of in at an angle. Right about there. Cute. Okay, so I have this one at an angle, this one at an angle. Isn't that fun? Now, I feel like our tree is a little bare, right? Our tree is a little bit bare. So let's do something about that. And I think the best way for us to decorate our tree is to go to our sticker sheet. And I just so happen to have, I have like an ornament, a couple of ornaments here. So I could start with those, but I think decorating a tree with your leftover little stickers and things is perfect. It's perfect. So I'm going to try to use up some of these stickers. And again, I'm going to pop them up. I think they'll look good raised up off the tree to give our tree a little more dimension. And I'm going to start to decorate my tree. What else could go on my tree? Yeah, I'm going to look at, whoops. Okay. I'm going to look at all my, the things on my sticker sheet, but what else could I use? Yeah. A lot of times, Marcia, the sticker sheets come with the collection kits. That's how this one was. They just come as part of the collection, paper collection. So that's kind of fun. Yeah, let's put maybe an ornament here. I think these ornaments could even have cute little twine, like a little twine bow or something on here. Yeah, what about the little snowflakes, buttons? Remember, I have these little snowflakes. Yeah, let's add a few little snowflakes. Okay, so however you want to decorate your tree. I'm just going to pop these on with a little hot glue. Yes, I use hot glue on my pages sometimes. Oh, don't let me forget to trim this off. I do need to, or did I already? Oh, I did that. Okay, I did trim off the edge. All right, just wanted to be sure I did that. And if you're like me, if you're a crafter, a maker like me, and you use hot glue, sometimes you get the little glue hairs. If you just use your heat tool on them, they just kind of disappear. Just kind of evaporate. All right, let's see what else I can put on my tree here. Oh, there's candy. What else do I have on here? Could I put words on my tree? I think so, right? I think I could put words on my tree. I'm just going to stick these down flat. There's the word cheer. Here's the word jolly. We could even do some pen work to add little loops or hooks or things like that. Let's see what else. What else do I have here? Got a cute little tree that could look like an ornament, or do you think that's too big? Yeah, it's kind of big. I think I'll save that. There's a little piece of holly. Okay, here's some smaller things. So now I'm just going to kind of go for some of the smaller little stickers that I have. That's green, so I don't think I want to put that green on green. Some little peppermints. Another little peppermint. This is the kind of stuff that I'm like, I overthink. Do y'all ever overthink things when you're just trying to be random, being purposefully random, right? So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my next page, but this is where I'll just be embellishing my tree, right? And using up some of the leftover stuff on my sticker sheet, I think is great for that. Okay. I think it'll be great for that. I also have some other little stickers. Like if I did want to, again, use a sticker on one of the bows instead of the button, that could be really cute. I'm going to put this little holly right here. I think that's just kind of fun. All right, just trying again, because this is the last of what I have. This is it. This is the last of what I have. This is Happy Holidays. I could even have that kind of coming off a bow. Yeah, let's do that. That's kind of cute. Okay. So you kind of get the gist of it, right? You get the gist of it. And then of course, coming in, doing any kind of pin work, anything like that. If you want your tree to look more natural, you don't have to decorate it. You don't have to decorate it if you don't want to. I can come in and maybe even do some gold around the sections of the tree or whatever I'd like to do. Okay. So page 1, that's pretty good, knowing I had hardly anything left. And of course, I'll go in and add sparkle. I like to do that with stickles. And I generally do that at the very end. But let me go ahead and add a little bit here just so you can see what it looks like in case stickles is new to you. And I love it. There's a little applicator tip so I can kind of just use it to just paint. I just squeeze out a little bit and then I use the tip to just kind of color or paint it on. And I love the clear colors because they take on whatever color you put them on top of. See the 25? See how pretty that is sparkling? So cute. So what do I do with the finished pages? I add photos to them. I add photos or journaling, and then they go into page protectors into a scrapbook album. Okay. All right, let's move on to our next page. Because I take a lot of pictures, like a lot of pictures. I have 5 children, 4 of which have already started their families. So we now have 10 grandchildren. We have a lot going on. I take a lot of pictures. All right, so let's do the companion page. I usually do 2 pages for each layout. You don't have to. There are people in our group that just do single pages, but I almost always need a double because I take a lot of pictures. Okay. Yes, I want you to try making bows, and that some of you have maybe drifted away from scrapbooking and you're ready to give it a try again. So I would love that. I would love to inspire you to do that. So over here, we're going to have more presents. No tree over here. I think 1 tree is enough. 1 tree is enough. So I'm going to create some more presents. And again, this is the back side of a card. This is as well. This is just a scrap piece of paper that I had left. So because I don't have much pattern, I made my photo mats a little smaller so that way I can, some of my pattern shows a little bit more. And so some of the things you'll learn in the Paper Crafters ClubHouse when it comes to our scrapbooking workshops is I already have some really great workshops in there saved in the Club Hub about printing your photos, how to use certain phone apps to resize your photos, how to do photo collages, all kinds of fun things that are related to scrapbooking. All right, so let me get my little photo mats down on here. This will be a fun one to add pictures to. And yeah, I'm utilizing all of my scraps because that's all I had left. This is the 6th double layout. Double layout, think about that. 12 pages out of one paper collection kit. It's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. So tell me in the comments while I'm working on page 2, tell me in the comments, what kind of paper person are you? What do you like to make with paper? Okay. I want to know what you like to make with paper. Okay. Yeah. Tell me. Susan Miles is in the comments, by the way, and she's our community manager for the Paper Crafters ClubHouse. So she's answering a lot of your questions. You'll definitely want to get to know her better. So these two, I think I'm going to bring them down kind of low. I'm going to bring this one kind of at an angle. And then this one at an angle. So I think this is where my photo mats are going to go on this one. So let me get those down. Joy says she's in her card making era. That's awesome. I see several of you are scrapbookers. Deborah says everything. I like everything paper. That's awesome. I'm like that. That's me too. I like everything paper. Sherry says she collects lots of paper and she's a scrapbook creator. What did that say? Wannabe or something like that? Scrapbook creator. I don't know. Now the comments are coming so fast. I can't see them. Oh, wannabe. Yeah. Sherry, we can help you with that. Jill loves to make tags and cards. Have you made any out of pattern paper with different patterns on each side? Yes. The thing you have to be careful about with the bows, you guys, with the bows and patterned paper, is try to use a patterned paper that is not directional. Because of all the folding and everything, if you use something that needs to be directional, I think it's going to look strange, right? So I would use something where the pattern can go any which direction. Okay. I think that will be super helpful. So any which direction. Okay. Don't use directional paper. You have to really think hard if you use directional paper. So it just depends on how hard you want to think. Okay. I don't like to think hard. Ella does scrapbooks and junk journals. Awesome. I think you're in the right place, you guys. Kathy wants to make cards. That's wonderful. Yep. I think you guys are in the right place. You have found your people. You need to come over and join us in the Paper Crafters ClubHouse. So the other reason I like to use the Scotch glue is I like to kind of move things around sometimes, and I have a little bit more time to have a little wiggle room. And I want to make sure I have enough room for a bow at the top of this one. So you can see I don't actually have glue right there because I want to be able to get my photo underneath that little edge there. And then after my photo's in, I can add a little dot of glue there. So I thought this was cute. This was a card I'm going to keep because it says around the tree. And that's generally where presents are. They're around the tree. And because we made our tree on the other page, I was like, this is the perfect little journaling spot, right? So we can add a little journaling spot here. So I'm going to pull it over, I think, maybe about like that. And let's put this one on with some pop dots. Little place to journal. Some people in our group love to journal. They love to write out things. Some people journal mainly the facts, kind of the who, what, when, where type details. I'm kind of in between. It just depends on the pictures, really, for me, as to how much I feel like I need to share about them. But you have to kind of remember journaling for us is not really for us. Well, it is for us later when we can't remember the details, but it's for the people that are going to be looking at these pages. You know, it could be for future generations and for us when we, you know, come back and we want to try to remember when something happened or what year this was. Like this would be a great cute layout for like everybody with their favorite present, maybe that they got for Christmas. That could be a lot of fun. So I'm going to pop this one up. And then this one, I have another little one here. And again, I'm going to kind of lose the square because I feel like we have enough straight edges. This one just says good cheer. Or it could be something on your sticker sheet. It, you know, we all have, depending on what collection you're using, some of you may have more or fewer stickers. Just an option. I love getting creative with the paper. I just think that looks so cute. So I'm going to do just kind of like I did on the other one, just kind of a little angle here and there. Might throw a few little stickers around this one. Okay, now I already have one large red bow. So where should we put the large red bow? It's like really large. Actually, that's even kind of cute. I think I'm going to put it here. I think that looks good. So again, I'm going to make the tails a little shorter just because I'm scrapbooking and I don't want to cover up too much of my picture. Wonder what it would look like. I'm going to try doing a little flag on these that are cut as a slant. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's kind of cute. You like that? I think that's kind of cute. So I'm really excited about the changes that we have coming for the Paper Crafter ClubHouse. I think it's going to be really great for us to be able to come in and do different things, have different workshops. And then again, we're going to try really hard to make sure that you see how the techniques we teach you, regardless of the type of workshop it is, how you can cross that over into any of the paper crafts that you like to do. Okay. I actually think this would be a great one for me to even do some journaling on. So I think if I have pictures on my other three and pictures here, this could be a journaling spot, or it could even be a smaller picture here. Love this little area. That's looking good. All right. Are you guys okay to stay on? I think let me go ahead and do our prize giveaway really quickly. And then I'm going to keep working on my layout, but in case, you know, you do want to, go watch your favorite show tonight or get some extra sleep tonight. Let me come up here. Let me pop myself on the screen really quickly. Are y'all having fun? I hope you are. You're getting to see kind of how we do things in the Page Builders Clubhouse. And like I said, now we're adding even more fun. It's not just scrapbooking anymore. We're going to add card making workshops and then specialty paper crafting workshops. And we're going to have a great time. Now, I told you there'll be 3 workshops. So before I do our prize giveaway, that means we're going to have an extra week, right? If it's a 4-week month. So in the extra week, what we're going to do is we're going to have what I'm calling a throwback catch-up week. Okay, a throwback catch-up week. That way, it's always nice to kind of have a catch-up week in a month. If you get sick that month or you have to travel that month for work or for play, it's just nice to have a catch-up week, but we still want you to be inspired. So we're going to be doing what we call throwback. And so we're going to be posting some content in the group that's something from the past. So it might be sharing a paper crafting technique that I've done in the past that I have a video for. So on catch-up week, we're still going to keep you inspired. I just won't be live that week. And that will be a great time for you to catch up. Okay. Sometimes months have 5 weeks. And if there is a month that occurs that we have that 5th week, we'll have an extra workshop. We'll just have a bonus class, a bonus workshop. Or Susan and I were talking, like, if we're doing kind of a bigger type of project for our specialty paper craft, it might be one where we need two Mondays in a row, right? To start it and to finish it. So I think it's going to be really going to work out really great for us. And I'm really excited to get this started. And we've already had several of you sign up, and I just want to thank you for that. And the rest of you, it's just waiting for you. We're waiting for you to sign up. Come and join us. Again, you're not going to get charged until the 17th of February. 17th of February. If you decide to cancel, you just have to let us know by the last day of the month. Okay. There's no long-term commitment or contracts. I think everybody should have the opportunity to come in and try something, right? Try something new. So we'd love for you to come over and join us. So let me tell you what your prize is going to be, because I don't have it to show you, because I actually decided to do this live tonight at home in my craft room at home. And I forgot to bring it with me. So what we're doing is we, every so often, we love to reward our members for posting pictures of their, whether it's, now, whether it's their layouts or their cards or whatever they're making with paper. We like to put those people's names into a drawing and do some happy mail to reward you guys for being active in the group and posting your pictures. And so when we send out happy mail, it's generally a packet with some 12 by 12 paper in it, some really cute papers, and some embellishments and some happy extras like ribbon or buttons or, just little odds and ends, little treasures that you can create with. And so the winner that wins tonight, we're going to send you a happy mail prize. And it's going to be a nice little happy Paper Crafters bundle that I know that you'll really love. And it'll give you, maybe it might go to one of you that doesn't have a big paper stash, and you can get something that you can start with, right? To start your paper collection. Most paper people have a pretty big stash, so you can just add it to your pile of fun. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the drawing. I'm going to share my screen. Let's do our drawing right quick now. All right, here we go. 313 entries, and one of you is going to get a Happy Mail prize bundle from Miss Tracy Creates. Deborah Hendrickson. Deborah Hendrickson is our winner. Congratulations, Deborah. Everybody give it up for Deborah. I'm so excited that you have won. That is fabulous. And Deborah, here's what we need you to do. All you have to do is email us at info@misstracycreates.com. Info, the little @ misstracycreates.com, and just tell us, hey, I was the winner in the paper crafting session tonight, Saturday night. We'll make sure we get your shipping address, and we'll get your prize bundle out to you. Okay. Yes, it's going to be so much fun. Congratulations, Deborah. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Okay, let me take this back off. All right, and I'll make the screen big again. So just so that those of you know, because we have already gone over an hour, what I'll do is I finish up the layout, right? Like I'm going to add my other paper bows and any little pen work or sparkle or other little twine or ribbon or whatever little accents that I want to add. And then tomorrow, I will post a picture in the group. I'll post it on my Facebook page and then also in the Create and Connect public Facebook group. And of course, in the Paper Crafters ClubHouse, we'll post them over there too. And then I'll be creating you an actual page builder guide for this. So that way you have all the measurements. You know exactly how many colors of cardstock I used or patterned papers. It just gives you a great place to start. So it solves that, what we call blank page syndrome, right? Where you have all these papers, right? You got everything, you got your pictures, you got everything, you're ready to go. And then you just kind of start staring at the paper because you're just not sure where to begin. So by having the guide, You'll know exactly how to cut everything. You'll have pictures. Then you can lay everything out. And of course, you can get creative with them too. You don't have to do them just like mine. But in the beginning, if you're new, it's so helpful, right? It's so helpful. And then you can just enjoy the process. You don't have to think and make too many choices. That's when we get overwhelmed. Okay. So I also want to see some of you making these paper bows. Even if you're not a scrapbooker, make some paper bows. I want to see how you embellish them. I want to see what you put in the centers of them. I want to see how you decide to use them. I just think they're so fun, and you're going to see me using them because I just think they're adorable and they're so easy to make, right? Let's do some pattern paper ones. Just remember the tip I gave you. Be careful about directional paper. As long as you pick something that can go every which direction, a pattern paper that can go any which direction, they're going to be super, super cute and easy to use. Okay. Very easy to make and very pretty. Okay. So you guys think about coming over and joining us in the Paper Crafters ClubHouse. Okay. I want you to come over and join us. We are excited about this clubhouse. And so excited to be welcoming so many new members. Really, really looking forward to it. Sue says she has 55 years of pictures to work on. Wish me luck. Yeah, we all do. We all have so many pictures, right? And here's the thing. One of the things you're also going to learn, Sue, is you don't have to scrapbook every single picture. You don't have to scrapbook every single picture. We're going to scrapbook the ones that are the most meaningful to us, and the ones that we think our family, like people are going to want to see for future generations, right? So come join us. You won't be charged until February 17th. And we're going to put you in the group right away because we want you to come over. We want you to get to know each other in that group. And we want you to take part in the workshops. Okay. So actually this Monday, and again, I go live on Monday afternoons at 2:00. Replays are always available. But this Monday, we're going to be talking about exactly what's happening in February, what you can expect, what the dates will be, all of the info. And yeah, it's going to be so much fun. So you'll know exactly when things are starting and you won't miss out on a thing. Okay. You can ask questions. We'll have a Q&A, the whole thing. Okay. Sound good? All right. I'm going to keep working on my second page here. You'll see it finished out tomorrow. Let's go back to our first page here. So cute. Look at the paper bow. So cute. And I'm embellishing my tree over here. Really, really looking cute. So I'm excited I'll share pictures. I'll share a couple of just close-up pictures tonight, and then I'll share finished ones tomorrow. I'll get it all finished up. Normally, we'd be having this workshop on a Monday, and then you'd have everything in the group, in the clubhouse the next day, the pictures the next day, and the guides and stuff the next day. That's how our normal schedule works. But we'll get more into that when we meet up on Monday in the private group. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Come back tomorrow night. There's no class at 11 tomorrow. Yeah, I get to give my voice a rest. But tomorrow night, we're going to do kind of our closing ceremonies for Create and Connect Week. It's been so much fun. 7 p.m. Central. I'll be doing some live reveals of the napkins going out to the Napkin Club, the live reveal of the specialty stitching kit for Fabric Fan Club. We're going to talk about specifically what's happening in the Paper Crafters ClubHouse in February. Also, the new Faith Journaling series starting in February. And then the best of all, I'm going to announce our 3 lucky grand prize winners. And I really hope that I'm able to call out your name. And you don't know who I'm pointing at, but it could be you. So come join me. It'll be super, super fun. Okay. All right. Make sure you get on the registration list so you're automatically put into the drawing. 6 months free in the group or club of your choice. Yeah. I would want to win that. So thank you. Have a great Saturday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll be seeing you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.